The story being narrated in the trailer is most likely the girl who fell through the world. The most pressing question is who is narrating. Salem and Ozpin narrated the opening of episode 1 before Salem was even introduced in the finale of Volume 3. So whoever is narrating now will turn out to be an important player later on. My best guess is that it is a character that represents Alice in Wonderland, Summer Rose, the White or Red Queen, or the person we see later in the trailer. Leave your guesses in the comments below because I'm stumped. Through the Looking Glass begins in midwinter and she arrives in a land where it's summer. The chess pieces from her world are alive in this one, but they are still small. The suit of armor could represent the knight piece. I wonder who's inside. It could be Jean since he represents Joan of Arc who burns to death, and Prince Charming who could be seen as a knight in shining armor. It could be Pierre or Penny too. Is it a knight for the red or white queen? In the mirror version of her house, Alice finds a book with backwards writing. She is only able to read it when she holds it up to a mirror. It contains the tale of a Jabberwocky. In it, a parent tells their son to beware the Jabberwock, with its jaws that bite and claws that catch, and also to beware the Jub bird and the furious Bandersnatch. The son takes his sword and searches for the beast. He takes a break near a tree. The Jabberwock emerges with flaming eyes. The son fights and decapitates it. The parent is overjoyed. Jean may have a confrontation with this Jabberwock. He is the only character we did not see in the trailer who fell. The Jabberwock also looks like the god of the shallow sea. The story also mentions slithy toes that make holes in a wet hill. They are the combination of a badger, lizard, and corkscrew. They live under sundials and feed on cheese. Alice cannot progress up the hill and keeps finding herself returning to the same place, the same way Ruby cannot progress. She is only able to move forward after being confronted by the Red Queen. She meets Tweedledee and Tweedledum who tell her of the Red King. They say she exists only as a figment of his dreams, and that if he wakes, she'll cease to exist. She crosses the wood where things have no name. The mouse Ruby met in the woods does not have a name, so Ruby calls it Little. In this forest, Alice forgets her own name. A fawn helps her through, but on the other side they remember who they are. And the fawn runs off remembering that it is afraid of humans. Perhaps the fawn will confront Ruby instead. A gnat tells Alice that the insects are part bug and part object. The butterflies are bread, and the flies are rocking horses. The White Queen boasts that she can see future events before they happen. She crosses the brook with Alice and then turns into a sheep. I spoke in my other videos about how I think there will be cirruses on this island. I'll link to them in the description. They cross the river and meet Humpty Dumpty, who tells her of Portmanteau worlds before he falls. Portmanteau worlds are a blend of other worlds that create a new world. Alice crosses into the forest territory of a Red Knight who is intent on capturing her since she is the White Pawn. Then a White Knight comes to her rescue. The knight tells her a poem of a man who hunts for haddock's eyes. Alice crosses the last brook and is crowned a queen. She goes to a party with the Red and White Queen, which turns into chaos. She accuses the Red Queen of being responsible for everything that has happened that day. Then she wakes up and remembers the Red King that dreams of her. Some characters in the trailer could represent the Dormouse, the Red Queen, the Cheshire Cat, and the Mad Hatter. Ruby and Weiss could represent the Red and White Queens. Alice needs to travel to the other side of the island to find the White Queen. Ruby may need to do the same thing to find Weiss. She may also need to find Summer Rose, who wears a white cloak. The mysterious woman could be the girl who fell through the world. On the beach could be her younger self in a flashback, and later on she is older when Ruby met her. Time may not flow the same way here, so she may have not returned the remnant yet. When she does, she'll return to her own time. Ruby sees Penny in the shard. Could it be the shard from the Looking Glass where everything is opposite, meaning Penny is still alive in another world? The mice could also represent the rat race from Final Fantasy IX, and live in a tree like Clara. I speak more about that in my other theories videos, which I'll link to in the description. They could also help Cinder like the mice help Cinderella. I also read a tale that I forgot the name of, so if you recognize it, please leave a comment. It is a story that predates Little Red Riding Hood. A girl walks through a forest and falls through a hole. She wakes to mice licking her eyes, and she begs them not to eat her eyes. In Alice in Wonderland, Alice swims through her tears and meets a mouse. Later, she scares all the animals away by talking about her cat. Alice meets a caterpillar on a mushroom. He questions Alice, and she admits her identity crisis, which is worsened since she can't remember a poem. Summer Rose is based on a poem. The Last Rose of Summer by Thomas Moore. 'Tis the last rose of summer, left blooming alone. All her lovely companions are faded and gone. No flower of her kindred, no rosebud is nigh, to reflect back her blushes, or give sigh for sigh. I'll not leave thee, thou lone one, to pine on the stem. Since the lovely are sleeping, go sleep thou with them. Thus kindly I scatter thy leaves o'er the bed, where thy mates of the garden lie scentless and dead. So soon may I follow when friendships decay, and from love's shining circle the gems drop away. When true hearts lie withered, and fond ones are flown, oh, Who would inhabit this bleak world alone? Ruby is alone at the beginning of the teaser, and I think we've all been predicting her mental breakdown for a while. She pushes everything down, and her and the mouse spoke of her identity in the sneak peek. Ruby is going to start wondering who she really is, especially with her silver eyes. The Queen of Hearts has the white roses painted red because she hates white roses. They use live flamingos as mallets to play croquet. The Queen of Hearts accuses the Hatter of killing time. Time is so angry at the Hatter for killing it that it stops time and traps him at 6 p.m., which is tea time. Eventually, Alice wakes to her sister brushing leaves from her face that Alice had thought were playing cards attacking her. Thanks so much for watching till the end. I go through it more in my other videos, but Neo or Salem or Cinder, whoever represents the Mad Hatter, instead of killing time, I think that they're going to erase the world of Remnant from history the same way that you could erase words from a book. I'm so excited at the possibilities for this season. It's going to be so much fun. Also, like I said in my other videos, I've got a little giveaway going on for this RWBY Fairy Tales of Remnant book. And the giveaway ends the day that the second episode of the new volume airs for first members. And all you have to do to enter is like this video and leave a comment. Bye. You might not care, but there's so much clover in the backyard right now, and it's making me really happy.